The Arctic blast has San Antonio shivering. We've got a lot of things to cover tonight. We're bringing you the latest from TxDOT on road conditions, new information from CPS on power outages across the area, where to find warming centers, and the latest on the cancellation of the 37th annual MLK March today. Thanks for joining us for this online and streaming edition of KENS 5 News. I'm Isis Romero. Let's get right to Weather Chief Bill Taylor for the latest on these freezing temperatures, Bill.
Hello, Isis. It is cold outside. 20-degree weather that we have just stuck with all day. And remember, we should be in the lower 60s. That's what's incredible about the numbers, that we just cannot even manage to get to freezing today. All right, first things first. No longer is there a winter weather advisory because all the moisture is out. So here's what we're faced with: a wind chill warning and a hard freeze warning, both of which are in effect through Wednesday morning. The wind chill warning more for tomorrow morning, as temperatures will be getting awfully cold on what it feels like. Right now, it feels like 17. Temperature 27. We haven't even reached 30 degrees today. North and northeast winds at 12. So you can see just a 12-mile-per-hour wind takes 10 degrees off the air temperature as far as the wind chill factor. Now, elsewhere, 23 in Bernie, 27 Timberwood Park, 23 at Bandera. Farther north, and you've got Kerrville and Rock Springs both at 23. But look at Del Rio, Eagle Pass, a lot better, 45, 41 respectively. Now, look at all the moisture. Southeast Texas, Louisiana, it is all pushed off to the east, and that's been the case since about mid-morning. We haven't seen any moisture just about most of today, but we did get some overnight early this morning, and it accounted for about 1/10 of an inch across eastern Bexar County. And look at Guadalupe County, Seguin, just surrounded with a little bit of accumulation. Again, nothing more than, say, 1/100th to 2/100th of an inch. But look what happened around Houston, especially Galveston. That's upwards of 1/2 inch of ice. This is the story right here. Temperatures are going to go down to 19 overnight. Wind chills close to 0 in San Antonio. So coming up, we're going to talk more about an old man winter's grip, because I'm telling you, it's tightening a bit. Easies.
All right. Thanks so much, Bill. ERCOT issued a preliminary conservation alert for the state starting tomorrow morning from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Taking a look at grid conditions right now, here is our outlook for the next couple of days. The top purple line represents supply. The bottom blue area represents demand. Right now, things look okay, but those two lines are expected to get dangerously close on Tuesday, with supply barely meeting demand. Now, a reminder, these are just projections for the grid, and those numbers could change. The winter storm of 2021 left many customers without power, but this year's Arctic blast has not been as severe when it comes to causing damage to power lines. However, the weather did cause outages for some customers. KENS 5's Mike Jimenez joins us live to break it all down for us. Mike?
Well, Isis, we have been out and about all morning and afternoon long with CPS Energy crews monitoring outages. We've seen few outages and quick restorations. Now, one of the biggest differences that we saw from 2021 from this year, what we are seeing this year, is ice accumulation on power lines. The more ice that accumulates, the more stress it puts on power lines, causing them to snap. But because we didn't get as much rainfall overnight, there has not been too much damage to power lines. Now, one area of concern was on the northwest side off 151 and Northwest Military Drive near SeaWorld, where about 3,000 customers, including some businesses, were affected for about 4 hours before power was restored. Another area of concern was in Fair Oaks Ranch near Camp Bullis. About 2,100 customers experienced a power outage, but that was quickly restored in less than 2 hours. Early this morning, there were about 5,000 customers without power, but now that number sits at just 57 customers. And remember, CPS Energy has more than 927,000 customers. CPS Energy has issued a conservation request for overnight into Tuesday morning, as temperatures are expected to be even colder. And with those colder temperatures, CPS Energy is telling customers to keep an eye out on the outage map, follow their social media pages for all the very latest information. And for winter preparedness tips, you can visit cpsenergy.com/winter. Mike Jimenez, KENS 5.
Thank you, Mike. Turning now to schools, many were already closed for this MLK holiday today, but looking ahead for tomorrow, Northeast, North Side, and San Antonio school districts, as well as Alamo Heights, East Central, and Divine ISD will open on time tomorrow, so no change there. Comfort ISD and San Antonio Academy of Texas will be delaying the beginning of their school days, and Goliad ISD has announced a closure for tomorrow. On our website right now, we have a full list of closures and delays for area schools. We're updating them throughout the night. Just head to KENS5.com to look for any of those updates. Well, the moisture has moved on, and what a difference it's made for our roads. Here's a live look at TransGuide right now. Not as many drivers as we're used to for the MLK holiday, but a much calmer commute compared to the chaos we experienced this morning. KENS 5 reporter Alicia Neaves drove around town today. Alicia, how's it looking out there?
You're right, Isis. What a difference a day makes, or just a matter of hours, too, right? Our emergency crews really stayed ahead of the game here. TxDOT, for example, began treating roads yesterday around midday, and they say that work will continue as needed. So even with the rain out of the way, we're still seeing the TxDOT trucks flying by here at 10 and 1604, monitoring the road conditions.
A hectic morning on area roads. Patchy ice sent cars spinning. Beginning in the overnight hours off Bernie Stage Road into the early morning off I-10 and I-35, TransGuide cameras lit up with emergency crews halting traffic to rescue drivers. Drivers couldn't navigate over icy overpasses. Some on 35 and 37 decided to wait it out. On the east side, 410 closed in both directions near Rigsby and W.W. White following two 18-wheelers that jackknifed. Drivers were stranded in their cars for more than 3 hours. The driver of the big rig was sent to the hospital. His cargo, a truck full of watermelons.
We are out there, our folks are out there, and so please work with us as we try to keep the roads open for the traveling public.
First responders stayed busy in Bexar County, shutting down bridges, turning drivers around to avoid danger. TxDOT is staying vigilant, monitoring the freezing weather. Trucks were still out Monday afternoon, treating busy bridges and overpasses along 410. Officials encourage everybody to stay home. If you have to drive, give crews extra room on the road.
But please lower your speed.
And you can always check drivetexas.org for your up-to-the-minute road conditions. We're live on the northwest side. Alicia Neaves, KENS 5.
Thank you, Alicia.